So here I have all my bases laid out next to my Crackle Paste. Everybody does suggest to you not use a brush, so I'm using one of my sculpting tools. First step is just to apply a thickish coat. And one of the biggest reasons I'm choosing this is I really think it's going to give a nice contrast and make the model pop out a lot more, having kind of a dry, deserty looking base, going with the white and the red and the black. I think it should make things really pop out a lot. So let's get into it and go from there. So there we have the first pass on the Crackle Paste desert themed bases. And another interesting thing that I haven't heard in the videos that's on the pot of Crackle Paste is that it says it takes up to 3 days. So I'll come back every few days or every day and just kind of chronicle the progress and show you how we go. So here we are, day 2 of the desert base test. Went a little ham that first day. Already see some mistakes. You can really see the ridges by the tool. Wasn't nearly as flat. Some of them came out really nice overall. Really liking the large oval. It's got some nice ridges, nice crackling. Some less so. Some of these bigger ones, but then some of them came out fine. And then I went back through and I used a little spatula, little trowel, and got it nice and flat. There, it's a little better. So this was a bit later. It's still like a day or so. And it's not quite, it's hard to see, but the cracks are starting to appear and it's a much smoother, flatter surface. We're probably going to be going with this one, that style, I think. And yeah, so I'm just going to redo these. Basically, I'm just going to scrape them off with the same tool. I mean, as you can see, it's pretty brittle. So I'm definitely going to have to use varnish of some kind to seal it up. But it pops right off. If you don't like it, not too bad. So I'm going to fix some of these and come back after they've all set, and I can start working on painting. And we're back. Let's take a look and see what we've got done so far. From the last video, and I'll put in some pictures here, I sprayed them all with Tester's Dull Coat to try and give them a protective finish. And then on top of that, and you can see some of the examples here of the different bases when they look like before. Texturing some of them, the thinner you do the paste, the less it will crackle, if at all. And the thicker it is, the more it crackles. So then after I sprayed them with Tester's Dull Coat. I sprayed them all with Games Workshop Zendry Dust. And next I'm going to be washing them with some Agrellan Earth Shade. And Agrellan Earth Shade right here. And then I'll be dry brushing. So I'm going to go ahead and wash these over with the shade to get in those crevices and make those pop. And then I'll be going over them with some dry brushing to lighten them up quite a bit. So enjoy the process. Okay guys, so now we are ready to do some dry brushing. The bases have all been washed, primed, washed, ready to go. Got some nice dark in the lines and the crackle. I got some different shades of tan up to a very light tan. And we're just going to see what we can do. Try and have some fun. I'll speed this up while I watch some Tabletop Titans in the background while I do some dry brushing. Dry brushing, not bad. It's got some really interesting depth and highlights and textures in there. The light's definitely picking up, like over contrasting some of the dry brushing, but yeah. I think with the model and some tufting on the board, on the base, it'll look pretty cool. Yeah, I'm excited. I think it's going to look pretty neat. And we're in the final stretch with these bases. I'm going to be using some Army Painter Wasteland tufts and a little bit of this blended earth tuft that I got from Hobby Lobby using their coupon code. And I'm not going to go crazy with this blended tuft, but I felt these Wasteland tufts worked pretty nice. Came out pretty good. So we'll get into it. Alright, quick and easy. Not too bad. Try not to go too heavy on the flocking. But yeah, simple, effective basing. Like I said, is one of my favorite part of the miniatures process. Something I really enjoy doing. And I have a tendency to do them all like this, just to get them all pretty uniform looking. And I'm going to put some models on these bases and do a final photo video shoot for you, and then kind of give you my overall thoughts and review on Crackle Paste and just some ideas that I had about the product. May help you out that I don't know that I've seen in a lot of the other videos. Alright, I'm back. So here we have the final base product. Really pleased with how it came out. This is one of the bases from the first line I kept, and here is one that I redid with a trowel. So you can really see this one I tried to add in some different levels and textures, and I'm really pleased with how they came out overall. So basically, I would say just kind of in looking at the directions, I would say kind of three tips, in my opinion, is number one, put on the Crackle Paste kind of thick, using some type of trowel, spatula, something like that with a nice wide flat edge. If you've ever done any kind of drywall work or putty work, you kind of know what that may be like. But brushes and a small tool left a lot of marks in it, and I was able to control it a lot better with something like a trowel. So put it on thick. Second thing is to seal it with a varnish. This really helped strengthen all the bases, made it not fragile, able to dry brush, no problem, didn't have any chipping. It was excellent. So seal it. And the last thing, I think this is just my suggestion. What I would probably want to stay away from is be careful about adding pigment, because the directions say don't no more than 10%, which is going to be really hard to do, eyeballing that. So you might as well just use a spray can afterwards after it's coated. And the last thing from reading the directions is don't force it to dry faster. I saw people in videos using different tools, baking it, heating it, blow drying it, and I really think it needs to just sit and let it slowly work and dry, and that's what gets your nice crackle. So yeah, it's a really cool product. I'm very glad I used it. I got another tool in the toolbox. Thinking about some other things you could do with it, like adding in other mediums, other textures, making part of the base crackle, not the whole thing, like ruins or wasteland, something of that nature. Really change it up and could have a whole scene with this type of material. So hope you enjoyed it. Enjoyed my journey through this whole process. Again, I don't consider myself an expert on about anything. Just a hobbyist and trying to have fun. And if you learned something, that'd be great. Be sure to like and subscribe if you like the content, or if you don't and just want to support me anyway. That's always good. I'm just doing this for fun, and look forward to adding to the wargaming community that I've gotten so much out of. So get out there and build your own war family wherever you are, and we'll see you in the next video.